Hey now, what is up everybody? My name is Mike Brown, aka ReviewKingMB, and I am continuing my 31 days of horror movie reviews, and we are doing the Friday the 13th series. Part 2! Part 2 came out just 1 year after the first movie, 1981. It was directed by Steve Miner. And the beginning of the movie, you get a good 10-15 minutes of the end of the first movie, which the first time I saw this confused the hell out of me. I was like, why are we watching this? Why are we re-showing all of this? Well, because it's something like home video. It would take longer for a movie to come out on VHS. So they did that to remind people how the last movie ended, which is insane to me to think that the sequel, you have to have a good 15 minutes of what happened in the last movie. But we did that, but eventually we find a new group of camp counselors who are going to do the same thing. They're going to the camp, they're going to open it up and get things started. Of course, some of them start partying, some of them start having a little too much fun, until another killer emerges. And it's a mystery again. And we're seeing the killer kill each and every one of these people one by one, and our main characters have to survive. Now, what I think of Friday the 13th Part 2 is, I actually really enjoyed this movie, really enjoy it. I like it more than the first movie. It's one of my favorite of the Friday the 13th movies. One of them, we meet back with Alice, once again played by Adrienne King. You see that she's seemingly maybe hiding out, or she's living in a place by herself, almost isolated. She probably has the survivors thing, and she's a little screwed up, understandable. And then she just gets killed off, which is like, wow, really? The main character of the last movie, somebody that went through hell and survived, you just kill her off at the beginning. I found out later that it's because Adrienne King, her popularity after the first movie went up so much that she got a stalker, and this really screwed her up. She had an interaction with him, and she kind of wanted to go away from acting. So I appreciate the fact that she at least came back to do this small part. At least she didn't just say, screw you, I'm not doing it. So they were able to get her back, and they were able to kill her off. I appreciate it, but I also would obviously have much rather have had her involved in the main story. Have her maybe be one of the returning counselors who's like, okay, there's no way this can happen again, right? But it does. And if you want to still kill her at the end, fine. Apparently the killer, we find out, is Jason Voorhees himself. He not only tracked her down, found out where she lived, and went all the way over there, but he brought his decapitated dead mom's head and put it in her refrigerator as almost like a, hey, you did this, and then kills her. It seems a little far-fetched, a little silly, but again, they rushed this 1 year out. They had to do what they had to do. It was still a creepy effect. We meet our new group, and our new main character is Jeannie, played by Amy Steele, and Amy Steele has to be my favorite female lead of a Friday the 13th movie. She's very strong, very capable, very smart, pretty obviously. Some of the other characters though, I don't remember her name, but you have that tall girl with the short shorts. Don't ask me why, I remember her, but it's like that's all she really contributed to the movie, was every other character checking out her ass and throwing rocks at her. Also the couple who were linked together, always together in every scene, and they have the one sex scene. And this is one of the most memorable deaths of Jason's ever done, where as they're having sex, he comes in and just stabs right through both of them. And you see it come out of the bed at the bottom, and instant kill. I love it. And the fact that this is still from the killer's point of view, because we did not know who the killer was at the beginning of this. We knew that the mother was killed. Hell, for all we knew, if you're watching for the first time, you might think the father this time is back and going to cause some havoc. There's this one kid in a wheelchair. And it's one of those things where maybe you can list off 1 or 2, maybe 3 other movies where there's a wheelchair person in a horror movie. But how many of them get killed? Again, only a couple. But this guy's death is so brutal, so messed up, especially because he came off as a pretty cool guy too. But him just getting hacked in the face and falling down the stairs, and that freeze frame shot of him dying in his chair just makes Jason so hardcore, so I don't give a fuck what handicap you have, what disability you have. I will fucking kill you because I want to. And that's what he does to everyone in this movie. Also, this is the first movie that it begins a trend. It begins a trend in the franchise where Jason, after he kills usually a boyfriend, when the final girl is running away and trying to look for an escape, or she's in the house, the boyfriend gets thrown through the window and the girl sees the dead body right in front of them and starts freaking out. I love that because it's so sick. It's so messed up. It's Jason playing mind games with you. Obviously, you have other characters who are falling from the ceilings or from closets or whatever. But when he throws the guys through the window, it's just, I love it. It's the best type of scares that you could get. And this is what I mean, though, by Amy Seal being a strong character, because she's desperate. She's alone. She doesn't know what else to do. I love the shot of her with the pickaxe, and she's trembling. She's scared, but she's going to go out fighting against this guy who you end up seeing wearing the burlap sack for a mask, and there's only one eye hole, and it's disturbing. It's messed up. But when she is smart enough, she finds the shrine that he has for his mother, which is sick, and her decapitated head just sitting there. She takes the sweater that Pamela Voorhees, Betsy Palmer was wearing in the first movie, and puts it on and pretends to be his mom. And that actually works. She tried something, anything, and it got to control him for a little bit. And she was able to strike and go after him. I love that. That's one of the reasons why I enjoy her character so much. And then the ending. It's become like the thing to do. Where you have a truly messed up, trippy ending where she's coming out, she's been saved, she's survived, everything seems okay, you think Jason's dead, and then he comes barreling through the window. You see his face exposed, and it looks grotesque. It looks mongoloid times 100. The eye popping out and the long hair, and it's gross. And him grabbing her, I love it. It's as much as I like the little boy Jason grabbing Alice, I like this one more. Let me know in the comments below what you think of Friday the 13th Part 2. I obviously really enjoy it. Thanks for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. Later!